Imagine this. You wake up one morning and suddenly realize the life you've been living isn't really yours. Every decision, every sacrifice, every mask, worn just to fit into a version of you that others expected. But buried deep within, there's always been a voice, silent, soft, yet persistent, a voice drowned by duty, by the hunger for approval, by the fear of letting others down. And then one day something shifts, a veil lifts, and you see with piercing clarity, you've forgotten yourself in the process of becoming who the world wanted you to be. Carl Jung once said, "The most important journey we can take is the journey within." But choosing yourself is not a comfortable decision. It's raw, it's bold, it's terrifying, because it means saying no to expectations, to roles, to the false peace of pleasing others. Yet it is precisely in that discomfort that transformation begins. So today, I want to invite you on a journey back to your real self. It won't be easy, but once you begin, nothing will ever be the same again. Before we start, make sure to subscribe to the Mental Dose channel and join our Telegram group, where we dive deep into personal growth, spirituality, and self-realization. Now let's begin. There comes a moment, without warning, when something inside you breaks. You look into the mirror and see a version of yourself crafted for others, not for your soul. You said yes when you meant no. You stayed silent when your heart screamed. You chose approval over authenticity. And then comes the crack, not a breakdown but a breakthrough. A quiet whisper rises. What if, just this once, I chose me? That single question changes everything. Carl Jung taught us that man's true fulfillment comes only through discovering himself. But that journey toward truth, toward self, is often the hardest, because choosing yourself isn't just a decision, it's a revolution. When you finally begin to honor your truth, people will notice, and not always kindly. Some will criticize, some will call you selfish. But it's not that you've changed, it's that you've stopped pretending. You've stopped being the version of you that made everyone else comfortable. And those who truly see you, they will stay, not for the mask you wore, but for the light you now dare to shine. For years you chased validation, thinking love and respect had to be earned by becoming what others wanted. But you were always enough, always. And when you finally choose yourself, you no longer need to explain or justify. You no longer shrink to be liked, you rise, unapologetically. Jung called this process individuation, becoming the truest version of yourself, not what society demands, not what your family expects, but who your soul longs to be. And the result? Freedom. You'll feel lighter, more whole, aligned. All your past choices, driven by fear, approval seeking, will begin to lose their grip. The noise outside becomes background static as the voice within grows louder. You'll stop filling voids with people or praise, because you'll have discovered the deepest truth of all. You are already complete. Have you ever noticed, when you make an authentic decision, suddenly, life aligns? New people show up. Doors open. Everything flows. Jung called it synchronicity, when your inner alignment reflects in the outer world. But beware, this path is not without tests. Old habits, old fears, old relationships will pull at you. But if something feels right, if it flows with ease, if it feels like home, trust it. That's not coincidence. That's clarity. In the beginning, choosing yourself might feel lonely. But that loneliness is not emptiness, it's space. Space for rediscovery, for healing, for rebirth, and slowly, you begin to love your own company. You stop tolerating toxicity. You stop accepting almost enough, because you now know you are enough. Yes, the road is uncertain. Yes, fear will visit, but far more painful is a life lived behind a mask. Carl Jung reminded us, who looks outside dreams, who looks inside awakes. The life you desire won't come from the outside, not from applause or approval. It begins with one radical act: choosing yourself. So I ask you, are you ready to take that step?